Good morning, Justice Warriors. How are you guys today? It's Monday. Today is June 26th. I said yesterday was Sunday, June 26th. I was so close, so close. So I do get points for that, right? Anyway, it is just about 9:30 in the morning. I am thrilled to have my YouTube situation back on track. My new laptop, I've been figuring it out and not figuring it out, and things went kerplunk for a few days. So I did my video yesterday with my cell phone. Then I finally got my video up that was from a couple of days prior that I had done some of the editing with the text right here. So let me do my high-tech thing, right? Please share, subscribe, ring your notification bell if you please. And also commenting in the video is awesome for the algorithm. So thank you so much for watching. Hit your like button. Again, my high-tech little thumb, do-do-do-do. Write it across, do-do-do-do. So even though I know how to text things now across the screen, I don't know that I will, because I like to do my videos just kind of raw. Like I try to not have to video edit. I will edit if I have to, but one of the things I learned that I can do with texting across the screen is that rather than clipping things out, I can just make a correction. So we'll see how it all goes. Like I'm always saying, it's a science experiment. It's phenomenally unlikely that little old me would ever have a YouTube channel, because not only am I not technologically inclined, I am very technologically challenged, and I usually just don't care. So I do care now that I have my YouTube channel. So thank you so much for watching. What do I always like to start with? And let me kick some credit over to Christina Randall, because I do watch that lovely lady, and I realize, wait, I think I borrowed this from her and that and the other thing, like staying hydrated and starting out with my disclaimer. She always says, do your own research. And I'd be like, what does she mean? Like, I'm not going to research nothing. But basically, she's just saying, check out a bunch of stuff online, form your own opinion. Don't take my word for it. Don't take anybody's word for it. We need to be able to think for ourselves. It's essential to a democratic nation. And I think if you are like me, I love my country dearly. Sending my oldest child off to the armed services in a couple of days, the day after tomorrow. As much as it breaks my heart, I'm also super, super proud of him. And, I don't need to go on and on about that. We appreciate our first responders. We appreciate our armed service forces. And my goodness, what a tragedy we had over the weekend with the Titan submarine. Devastating, absolutely devastating. So still a lot of information coming out about that. But you know that I am extremely motivated by the freaking Idaho 4, man. That's, I started my channel for Kiely Rodney's case, and then I did not want to get distracted by Trinity Backus, but I did once I found out more about it. I did not want to get distracted by Idaho 4, but I did once I found out more about it. I am all about justice, especially in situations that look possibly like domestic violence, violence against women. Women are way too commonly the victims. And also corruption and cover-ups. These are the things that spike my interest, and I feel like I have some insight from my own life experience. Anyway, not going to go on and on. I'm going to do my little disclaimer. Everything I say is my opinion only. It's all for the sake of conversation, hoping to open up a discussion and learn something, and like to be educational. I do tend to get on a little soapbox once in a while, so I'll try to knock myself off of that when I catch me, and feel welcome to criticize me in the comments. Just be kind. Come on, people. For the most part, people are extremely kind, but any content creator, when we come on here, we are putting ourselves out there, of course, for ourselves, because if it wasn't for selfish reasons, we wouldn't do it. But we're giving you guys our ideas and our unique thoughts and opinions. And if you don't like them, switch the freaking channel, scroll and roll. If you feel like you need to say something, just say it kindly, say it politely. It's fine to disagree. I always say I'm bound to disagree with everybody that I know at some point in time over something. It's no big deal. So, where to begin? I know I say that a lot. That's like one of my little catchphrases, I guess. It's funny the things you see about yourself when you start watching your own YouTube channel. And it's important to watch your own YouTube channel so that you can learn more how to do more better. And it's extremely time consuming, but I absolutely love it. So again, thank you so much for watching. Something that I've been wanting to say for a long time about the Idaho 4 case that I just keep forgetting because there's so much to say that I keep putting it on the back burner. But yesterday I was talking to my children about some roommates that I had in college and thinking about this slaughterhouse, 1122 King Road. Now we've got Maddie and Kaylee had the top floor bedrooms. Dylan and Xana had the second floor bedrooms, and then Bethany and an empty room on the first floor. So just like in any kind of business office, you have a hierarchy right there with what floor someone's office is on. And if you don't believe me, talk to any lawyer you know and they will tell you. So your best lawyers are going to be in the penthouse, and it goes down the pecking order from there. And I'm not trying to be insulting, I'm just stating the facts as I know them. And all facts come with opinion. Get real. I like that Talking Head song, facts are simple, facts are straight, facts are lazy, and facts are late. Facts all come with points of view. Facts don't do what I want them to. Facts just twist the truth around. Facts turn living inside out. So let's go for a moment to the DNA on the sheath, okay? Kohberger's DNA is on the sheath. That's a fact. That's just a fact. We have no idea how the DNA got on the sheath or how the sheath got allegedly under Madison Mogen. But let me just point out the most common sense issue that I see at this point in time is that if that sheath was under her after this slaughter, it would have been covered in her DNA as well as that little speck of transfer DNA in the snap. So that really makes me think that it was placed there and planted. By whom? I don't know. It could have been planted by the criminal defendant. It could have been planted by anyone. But it would be covered in the red stuff if it was just there from, getting lost in the shuffle. But anyway, back to the point with the roommates and the floors. Kaylee and Madison, being besties, had an extremely tight bond, and they really complemented each other well, obviously, and it's hard not to be jealous of that kind of a bond. So I would think that everyone around them wanted that type of love and acceptance in their friendships, and that people that knew them probably wished that they had that in their own lives. So I'm going to assume that that was a factor in the situation with the roommates. But Kaylee had the master bedroom. She had the giant room with the sliding glass doors. And then Madison had the smaller room on the other side of the hallway, the landing, the bathroom. So Kaylee was the queen. We have all this kings and queens and jacks and jokers and ace of spades and yeah, what is up with that? So Xana's last word, not texted, but a comment on TikTok was queen. Maybe that was from her. Maybe that was somebody picking up her phone and doing that. But it's interesting, isn't it? Queen. That's a thing that the kids say these days. It just means like, yeah, you rule or, woot woot kind of thing. So that was her last message from her phone. And we all know that they lived on King Road and that Queen Road is right there. We have Jack D, Jack S. I think there's a Jack K. There's a Jake, so that's not a Jack. We've got all these Brents and Bretts. So to remind you who the Brents and Bretts are, we got Brett Payne, lead detective. We've got Brett Hargrave, the man who shot Brent Kopaka with the kill shot in the SWAT team incident. Brent Kopaka is the Purple Heart Army vet that had some type of crisis exactly a month after the Idaho 4 incident. And then we've got Brent Mortensen, who is Dylan Mortensen's father. Remember, we also have another Mortensen who's like the prosecuting attorney. I don't know if that Mortensen is related to Dylan and her dad, but these are just some of the Brents and Bretts. And, you know, I know a lot of people with a lot of names, but I have not known very many Bretts or Brents in my lifetime. I think I've known like one of each, maybe. So it's just interesting to me that there's two of those in, you know, Kaylee, Kylie, lots of those K names, Kylan. Just throw another one in there. That's Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner from the Gabby Petito case, the couple that was unalived out there on LaSalle Loop 2 days after the domestic violence call with Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie and the Moab PD and all the other departments and the ranger from the national parks. So those national parks, they just keep showing up, don't they? But back to my point, the hierarchy. We all know that girls get jealous. We all know that girls have issues in their friendships and get very competitive. Let's just use that word, competitive. So it's always been a curiosity of mine, in this case, how much jealousy may have played a part in the situation and that pecking order. So why were Kaylee and Madison the queens up there on the 3rd floor when Dylan and Bethany were equally as drop dead gorgeous? Xana was equally as drop dead gorgeous. Why do they get to be the queens upstairs? I don't know. But I think that that has relevancy. You can't take anything and isolate it in a situation like this. None of it happens in a vacuum. So you've got this dynamic with the roommates. Then you've got this police chief and this police department that just likes to like talk crazy, and they know that they can get away with it because they're law enforcement and nobody's going to question them. So if they say that the witnesses aren't witnesses, then they're not witnesses. So come on, they were there. That makes them witnesses. That's a no-brainer. So that is just like the beginning of the gaslighting. You know, the whole thing with the 8 hours, the 4 hours, the lying about people's ages. There's so many of these factors that just don't jibe from jump. None of it adds up. And then we've got Emma Bailey and Demetris Robertson, if I'm saying their names right, that they're kind of there lurking in the background. Like, it almost seems to me like they're like the plan C. I did a video about that. We were like, Kopaka might have been plan A, pin it on him. Koberger's plan B, pin it on him. Emma and Demetrius are waiting in the wings for plan C if the second plan falls apart, which it looks like it is. But I also want to talk about the competitiveness with YouTube content creators, because we all can be supportive of each other, or we can all slit each other's throats. And personally, I like the supportive thing. So, you know, we build a camaraderie. We kind of bounce off of each other. We share our ideas, even if it's not consciously. It's, you know, we pick things up from watching other people's videos. I always try to kick credit to the folks that I know I get my ideas from. If I don't realize I got my idea from somebody and I fail to kick them credit, please point it out to me in the comment section or with an email. Just do it nicely. Again, I'm so happy to give credit where credit is due. And sometimes people come up with their ideas simultaneously. So I see a lot of people running with my ideas that I think are from me, but I don't know. They might have come up with it on their own, or maybe some other channel that I have no awareness that it even exists. There are so many YouTube channels. So find the ones that you like, stick with those. I know it's overwhelming. It's hard when I find a new one that I like because I want to put that into the mix, and I try to keep it simple because I have to edit my own videos too. So that's all I have to say for today. So really my whole point is to think about the competitiveness with these sorority sisters. We all know how us chicks are. Come on. We get really cutthroat. It's like the cat fight. Right? I mean, and then it's interesting to me that Xana dressed up as a mouse for the last Halloween. And then we heard about the fight that Dylan and Xana got in either on Halloween or a Halloween party the night before, the night after. Was that the night when Xana was wearing her cute little mouse costume? And I think Ethan was like a chef and she's up on his shoulders. And my goodness, they are like the most adorable couple in the world, in my opinion. But again, it's kind of poetic that she was wearing a mouse costume in thinking of kind of the cat fights. Did she get into a physical altercation with Dylan? Is that why she had the locks changed on her door? What was the fight with Ethan at the frat house the night of the 12th? I still do not buy the 5 hours from 9 p.m. until 1:45 a.m. Saturday night, Sunday morning, where that was just a black hole that nobody knew where Ethan and Xana were. Xana's father said that he had been texting with her or communicating with her, and she said that they were at home watching a movie at around midnight, 12:30. And then, lo and behold, when they arrested Kohberger in the affidavit written by the lead detective and the sergeant, then Bethany says, oh, no, they didn't leave the party at 9 o'clock. I was there and they stayed until 1:45 when they went home. We all went home magically at 1:45 to 2 o'clock. We all magically went into our rooms at 2 o'clock. We all stayed in our rooms until 4 o'clock. And then the DoorDash thing happened. And then 10 minutes later, everybody was deceased. And we were, so freaked out that we couldn't figure out how to call for help. Come on. It doesn't add up from the ground up. None of it makes sense. Again, go back to the freaking brain on the dumpster. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, there's a few videos of mine and other people. I always want to give Jay is for Justice credit for that because she is the content creator that I got that from. She found it in a public records request from Moscow PD just of their calls. And there was a call on Tuesday after the slaughter from a father who dropped his son off at the frat house and noticed a brain on a dumpster outside of Sigma Chi. And he was kind of like, what? Didn't know what to think of it. And then all this happened. So Tuesday he calls Moscow PD just to say, hey, I thought you guys might be interested in this weird thing. And the lead detective took the call and said, oh, no, that's cool. It's probably just an animal. Don't worry about it. Again, makes no sense. Lead detective taking that call makes no sense unless he thought it was related. And if he thought it was related or not, they still should have gone, in my opinion, out to the location and spoken to people and maybe got some surveillance cameras. But I said it yesterday and I want to reiterate it today. These little devices, our iPhones, our Androids, they are recording everything we say 24/7. Aren't you, you little spy? And people for a while thought that that was a paranoid thing to think that, but now we know that it's true. So that means that everything that happened that entire night is recorded on the roommates' devices and Ethan's device. We all have one. I'm sure every single one of these girls had at least one device, if not a couple. The smartwatches, the Apple Watches. those record everything too, as well as like our steps and our heartbeat and our sleep pattern. They've got all that information. My suspicion right now is that the law enforcement is trying to pressure the criminal defendant into making a confession where it gets everybody else off the hook. If they can leverage a confession out of him, they can wrap this up and not proceed any further and not look into what the bigger picture might actually be. My hair is like doing something funny. Anyway, it's always something. Where's my hat? Where's my hat? My hat, my hat. Okay. A little too late, day late and a dollar short. Here we go. All right, I'm wrapping up anyway. Can you see my eyes? Some people say my eyes bug out of my head. Sorry, not sorry. That happens. I do have a thyroid condition, so I've got some neck issues too. Leave me alone. Back off. I do what I can. So, yeah. Anyway, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Please, again, my high-tech thumb, hit your like button. I'll move it across the screen in my high-tech fashion, and I will grab my high-tech cardboard thing once again. Share, subscribe, ring your notification bell. I'm getting close to 4,000 subs, and that's just pretty cool, in my opinion. Everything, like I said, is simply my opinion. All facts come with a point of view. David Byrne, Talking Heads. So peace out. Have a great rest of your day. I hope that you can be productive, make some moolah, be healthy, take care of yourself, be kind, stay hydrated, eat well, high protein, high produce, especially your veggies. And what else? Rest, chill, just be you. That is the best thing you can do because you are one of a kind. So treasure yourself, treasure those around you, and I will see you on the next one. Sending you light and love. Thanks again for watching. See you soon.